Welcome to the course of International Trade Practice. Today, let's go on to learn the knowledge of business negotiation, counteroffer and acceptance. Counteroffer is the third process of business negotiation. 1. Definition of a counteroffer. Counteroffer is also known as bargaining. It happens when the offeree does not agree with or totally agree with terms and conditions the offerer put in the offer. It is an indication of the offeree to change and amend the original offer. Any additional or different terms relating, among other things, to the price, payment, quality, and the quantity of the goods, place and time of delivery, extent of the party's liability to the other or the settlement of disputes are considered to alter the terms of the offer materially. Counteroffer is the offeree's refusal to the original offer, as well as a new offer made by offeree to the previous offeror. Counteroffer does not necessarily happen during the negotiation. For example, Dear Mr. Black, thanks for your offer. After our carefully study, we found your price is on the high side. We know your goods are of high quality, but we do hope you kindly reduce the price approximately by 5% for our long-term cooperation. We look forward to your reply. Best regards. This email proposes to reduce the price by 5%, which constitutes a counteroffer. Acceptance. After one or several counteroffers, the offeree accepts the terms of the offer, and the contractual relationship between the two parties is established. Acceptance is a statement made by or other conduct of the offeree, indicating assent to an offer. Silence or inactivity does not in itself amount to acceptance. An acceptance of an offer becomes effective at the moment the indication of assent reaches the offerer. Here's an example. Dear Mr. Black, we have received your offer of toy cars, and we are pleased to confirm buying toy cars from you on the terms and conditions in your offer. We enclose our sales confirmation in duplicate, a copy of which please sign and return to us for our file. Best regards. This email indicates that the purchase of toy cars are confirmed based on the terms of the offer, without changing the terms of the offer. Thus, it is an acceptance. Based on the definition of acceptance, the conditions for effective acceptance has to be made by the offeree, be indicated in some way, be completely consistent with the offer, be delivered to the offerer within validity. Be made by the offeree means that only the specific person who receives the offer is qualified to accept the offer or not. Any acceptance made by others who have not received the offer is invalid. Actually, the acceptance is a new offer. Be indicated in some way. Acceptance must be stated with words, usually by email or verbally. It can also be indicated by action, like dispatching of the goods or paying of the price. Be completely consistent with the offer. A reply still constitutes acceptance if the content of the offer is not modified materially. According to CISG, additional or different terms relating, among other things, to the price, payment, quality and the quantity of the goods, place and time of delivery, extent of one party's liability to the other, or the settlement of disputes are considered to alter the terms of the offer materially, or other amendments are non-material, and do not change the nature of acceptance. Be delivered to the offeror within validity. Acceptance must be received by or communicated to the offeror within the time fixed in the offer, or within a reasonable time if there is no time fixed. An oral offer must be accepted immediately, unless the circumstances indicate otherwise. If the acceptance is made by conduct, it becomes effective at the moment the act is performed. Late acceptance. Acceptance must be delivered within the validity period specified in the offer. If the offer validity period is not provided, it shall be delivered within a reasonable period. If acceptance is delivered to the offeror later than the period of validity or the reasonable period, the acceptance will become a late acceptance or delay acceptance, usually of no legal bindings. In fact, the late acceptance is a new offer. Unless the original offeror accepts this new offer, there will be no contract concluded. There are two exceptions to the effect of late acceptance. A late acceptance is nevertheless effective, as an acceptance if without delay. The offeror orally so informs the offeree or dispatches a notice to that effect. If a letter or other writing containing a late acceptance showing that it has been sent in such circumstances that if its transmission had been normal, it would have reached the offeror in due time, the late acceptance is effective as an acceptance, unless, without delay, the offeror orally informs the offeree that he considers his offer as having lapsed or dispatches a notice to the effect. Withdrawal of acceptance. Just like the offer, any acceptance can be withdrawn before it becomes effective. An acceptance may be withdrawn if the withdrawal reaches the offeror before or at the same time as the acceptance would have become effective. A contract is concluded at the moment when an acceptance of an offer becomes effective. So, an acceptance cannot be revoked by the offeree. Revocation of acceptance means canceling a contract. Various contract revocation shall be approved by both parties, not just one party. That's all. See you next time.